Hello and a big warm welcome to Kuhle team and the sales manager. Today we'll go through the sales rep solution for the sales manager. My name is Philip, Relationship Success Manager. I'm here to guide you through step by step through its functionalities. Let us proceed to the sales rep solution for the sales manager. Here we are logged into the sales manager. I've entered the credentials with username and password, and we'll start here with hovering over and going by step. So here we are first on the homepage. Then I'll proceed also to the sales team, how the sales manager can manage that, and the dealers, the orders, the CRM part of the sales manager tool, the opportunities, activities, and tasks, the products page, the sales analytics, sales activity, the reports you can extract, and of course, how to also delegate and use management by users and tasks and opportunity. And of course, last but not least, the help desk support if we need to raise tickets. Let's start with the homepage. On the homepage, we have always shown the dashboard, which shows your total sales, orders, opportunities, opportunity amount. We see the top dealers, which are visible here with the products, orders, and dealer ID. The top products, where you can see here the SKU and the name of the product. Then we have, of course, our opportunities side of the dashboard. So you'll always have a view here on the customer, the description, the status, and the amount, and where it's related to. The activities, which are more short-term, also again with customer type, subject, and message, and reminders. I'll explain a bit more later on the activities. And of course, tasks, which are more long-term projects, which are described here as well. So you'll always have an overview of your running opportunities, activities, and tasks on your CRM. Also, sales statistics, you're going to be visible here in a nice statistics board, which is amendable with plus and minus, zoom in, and with reports, you can download it as a CSV or any other format to have your statistics and your results optimal in place. Now let us proceed to the sales team. As a sales manager, you will always be, of course, running a sales team. So you will see your top reps present here, the top customers being ran, the product amount, the pricing, and the top products being sold. Also, again, a nice statistics page on which rep is performing how. And of course, here you can also, which is great of this functionality, have sales management. So any one of these reps that you'll be running as a sales manager, you can log in as a user to one of them and see and enter their dashboard. At any time, you can see how they're performing, how they're managing their CRM system and their sales rep solution. Another nice thing is that you can always return, go back. You can click again the logo, same on the website, and it will return you to the main page. Further, I'll also explain down the line how the reminder button works and how your personal details are here. Now let us proceed to dealers. Dealers, we have, of course, our ID or name. You can search here. And you can either access the dealer account and search further on its name, functionality, address, and how they are doing. As we, for example, enter this dealer account as an example, you will see that the recent orders being made, the recent opportunities, and the CRM on this dealer. Also, you'll be able to write an order. So here we have our product catalog. Right? It shows the dealer pricing and all the specificalities and functionalities and the SKUs of the products. Also, of course, if any components are applicable or not. You can always amend the quantity and then, for example, click 1. This will load the checkout process, and here you can check out and add the order to the order guideline. This will be visible under your orders and in your overview. You have the delivery method, the price, the dealer price, the name, the UPC, and the SKU always mentioned. Anytime you can adjust and finish the order. Now let us exit the dealer page and show a bit more on how the orders look. So all the orders being made, if I finalize the checkout, will be visible here with the order ID, the rep's name, the dealer ID, the product's count, and the amount of sum, and with its details. So at any time you can check or extract and report to have these orders in place. Now we're continuing down to the CRM part. Very exciting. CRM part is, of course, your customer relationship management, right? Where you have an overview of your sales team, the dealers, the orders being processed as very vital and important in this sales rep tool. Again, also the CRM is very vital because that tracks your activity, your tasks, and your projects down the long run. It makes sure that your sales process runs smoothly and you're always keeping track of what's happening and what is prioritizing. So on the opportunity side, we'll have a visibility now first. Here in the opportunities, you always have the left board with all the opportunities, won, lost, and abandoned. Here we have an example, for example, which can show you. Here on the create, you can create a new opportunity, a new tab, or a new board. So for example, I've created a new opportunity. That's this one, Crook Bro Archery. I can add a test, a name, add a description to it, to which product it relates, add it from the product list, the amount, for example, $99, and then put a reminder for myself for that opportunity to follow up on, for example, tomorrow or the day after. Also, as a sales manager, I can, of course, delegate this to any of my other reps under me. I can write a comment and choose a file and add any activities and tasks related to this customer. Right? Once I've followed up with this opportunity, I can proceed it to the follow-up board, and I'll get a notification here once the date shows that tomorrow I need to follow up. I can also add an additional tab for a new board. For example, a call needs to be made, then this tab will be added here. At any times, I can edit and rename the board or rearrange the tabs. Also, you can click within. It is amendable, and the tabs can be moved and the boards can be moved. So for example, if I also create a new board, so I have opportunities line for arrows, but I can also have one for veins, for example, as a subcomponent. That will show here under my opportunities that are now 2 boards. Also, activities follows the same kind of template, but activities is a bit different. It's more short-term. So for example, I need to select a dealer, for example, this one, and log an activity that I need to email him. Right? So for tomorrow, I need to email this dealer, type the activity on a product, and then add here any sub-activities related to the email, for example, any categories or any short listings. Then click a reminder date for tomorrow, select here, save, and it will save under my activity board. At all times, I'll see my activities here, activities with reminder, and the ones I've completed, and the total amount. I can export the data at any times in any file format, which is by clicking this button. And you can see it's filed and saved for your filing. Also, we have the task board. These are more long-term tasks, like mini project. For example, a new arrow brand will come out, or a new name in June or July. For that, for example, we can have here, as I've created one, arrow July. And here I can write a description, a due date for 1st of July, for example. So we'll be further down the line, 1st of July, and proceed to my reminder board. I'll be able to delegate this task to any of my reps. So for example, to one of these persons, so they can follow up and also proceed on this task. I can leave them any comments, again, add any files related to this task, and add any details. Further down the line, once this task is being processed, I can move it to the follow-up board. And also add at any times, create a new tab, which is related to that. For example, this has a delay, or right, we're dependent on manufacturer, so the manufacturer tab appears. Or I create a new board as well, right, where specific tasks can be related to manufacturing or to a specific type of arrows. Here I've added the board, which will become visible here, like we saw with opportunities as well, under your tasks. Then at any times you can rearrange the tabs, right, export data, and archive. So the task will always be visible there and on more long-term projects. As we see here, it will always be assigned with a task ID. You can add the name, the description here. And here you can archive it or delete the task. This was the CRM part. Of course, for more questions, you'll always put a support ticket or have a look back at this video. Now we're going to go on to the products list. Here under products, you will always have a visibility of all the products with dealer pricing available in the sales rep solution. So of course, on SKU, UPC, or name, you can search for your product. For example, I can click in this UPC, KA, search now on the little goggle here, and it will find it at any times. Also, further, you will always have a reset button to go back to the main screen where all your products will be available, and adjust the viewing. Also, a very nice functionality is the analytics. The sales analytics will show, of course, your sales per representative, but also all sales on a range of last month, weekly, or yesterday. Here we will track the sales performance, the task performance, how the activities are managed, and at all times optimize your process and results. Also, your sales activity is shown here on the left side. So here, like we saw, we can user action log, page log, how many times do they log in, how do they use their log, and the sales rep tool. You can see here and adjust it by view and by date and actions data to track your sales activity and the activity of your reps. Also, we have a user page navigation log, and everyone has his name, email, and of course ID numbers attached. Also, we have at all times reports. So we have reports for a lifetime, weekly, monthly, or a custom range. These reports are for your sales by reps, sales by customer, orders made by reps, orders made for customer, the products, or how many times, like I just mentioned as well on the analytics and activity, the reps are signing in. As of course, you want to make sure your reps are utilizing this fantastic tool as much as possible. Then we have a fantastic functionality for Sales Manager called User Management. User management, right? Make sure, we saw that already also above, where you can log in as a user, as one of them, and make sure that tasks are delegated and how they are actually tracking it from their side of the dashboard. Also, we have task management, where you can delegate tasks to any of the users, and then select the board. For example, now we have default, but it can be manufacturing, arrows, or subcomponents, manage the tasks, and it will run it up to one of them. Also, we have, of course, opportunity management. So any opportunities that account, like prospects or new dealers or new clients, again, you can select one of them and select the board and delegate one of these opportunities to them. Now, for each one of these functionalities that we went through, as always, we can raise a ticket on the ticket system. Just type your subject here, your message line, click submit. It will raise it to our support, and the support team will assist you within 24, 48 hours to resolve your issue, request, or anything you might have. We thank you for today's presentation on the Sales Manager, the Sales Rep tool, and welcome you to the next presentation. Have a great day.